girls basketball tournament. We're sending you this tape, particularly the one of Cando and Beach, certainly two of the best Class B teams in the state. We're all grateful for the sacrifices you're making and for the sacrifices your families are making. And we thank KFYR and North Dakota High School Activities Association for making this tape possible for you. But most particularly, we thank you for all that you're doing for your country and your state. We wish you Godspeed and a safe trip home.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Bismarck Civic Center, where the second game of the 1990 Class B basketball tournament will feature the Cando Cubs and the Beach Buccaneers. In cooperation with the North Dakota High School Activities Association, Meyer Television, and KTHI TV from Fargo, along with the North Dakota National Guard, I'm Lee Timmerman and John Hegry. Welcome to the Bismarck Civic Center, where we will bring you the game of the Cando Cubs and the Beach Buccaneers.
Both teams are undefeated at 24-0. We'll set up this game a little bit more for you right now. Let's go to the PA announcer, and he'll give you the starting lineups.
Non-starting members. The Buccaneers are Brenda Banaski, Kim Bosserman, Laura Alfers, Carly Kramers, Shelley Satrin, Erica Lowen, and Julie Satrin. The assistant coaches are Alan Gossman and Jill Solo. The team host is Leroy Walker. For the Cando Cubs, the cheerleaders are Bill Mose, Walter Williams, Dave Beck, and Jay Nicholas. The non-starters are Missy Gibbons, Annette Allen, Becky Most, Amy Axvig, Laura Hudson-Bueller, Joni Overton, Karen Mundahl. The assistant coach is Kurt Mundahl. The team host is Marge Anderson. Now for the starting lineups. At guard for the Buccaneers, a 5'9" senior, number 23, Jackie Waldall. And at guard for the Cando Cubs, a 5'6" senior, number 22, Carla Freund. For the Buccaneers at the other guard position, a 5'11" junior, number 41, Christy Waldall. And for the Cando Cubs, a 5'6" senior, number 44, Julie Overton. Starting at center for Beach, a 5'10" senior, number 43, Keely Hardy. And for Cando at center, a 5'10" junior, number 42, Lori Johnson. At one forward for Beach, a 5'10" senior, number 31, Brenda Myers. And for the Cando Cubs, a 5'8" senior, number 20, Trina Elsberger. The other forward position for Beach, a 5'9" senior, number 33, Janelle Scott. And for Cando, a 5'7" junior, number 34, Sherry Overall. Head coach for Beach is Bob Walda. Head coach for Cando, Bob Reiser. Officials, Jeff Hammer and Jason Sondheim.
Well, there you saw the starting lineups for the Beach Buccaneers and the Cando Cubs. Both of these teams, as John mentioned, are 24-0. I guess one thing we should tell you right off the bat is this is as good as it gets on TV, commercial-free.
That's right. You guys are going to listen to us talk about just about everything this afternoon. We'll try to update you on what's been going on in the sports world, NBA, NHL, Vikings, a whole 9 yards to keep you guys up to date what's going on in the U.S.
I suppose we should say it's a beautiful day here on November 29th, 44 degrees. There's a little over 3,400 people at the Bismarck Civic Center as we're set to tip it off, our second game of the day. In the first game, the Milner Bison beat Des Lacs Burlington 64-45. This is the first round. That's the Beach Buccaneers who will run, and then when they get tired, they may run some more. In the corner, Jamel Scott. Now, the thing to look for Beach folks is they have excellent three-point shooters. And as I say that, they go inside in the first 2 points of the game. Jackie Waldo, who leads the team in scoring. She's a Miss Basketball candidate. Jackie Waldo averages 19. Cando and Coach Bob Reiser would like more of a half-court game. And in the half-court setup, that's Julie Overton tying this game up at 2.
She took the baseline with authority on that time and tied up the game, as Lee said.
Scott is blocked by Ellsberger. Trina Ellsberger with the block, and she will bring it up herself.
Excellent little point guard. You'll see her handle the ball all afternoon. Not many turnovers either.
Carla Freund with her first shot, and that is good. Carla, a senior at 5'6", averages just over 6 points a game. And the Cando Cubs up 4-2. Long pass over the head of Scott. Through her hands and an over and back call.
You'll see this in first quarters of these state games, as we saw with the Milner Bison and the Des Lacs Burlington Laker game. They were a little touch and go that first quarter, get some of the bugs out, and then once we get running, you'll see some excellent basketball.
Well, the 8 teams that did make it to the State B, we mentioned Milner and Des Lacs Burlington. You're watching Cando and Beach. In the night session tonight, Mayport will take on Alexander, and then Carrington will go up against Cathal with a jump ball call on the line. The number 1 ranked team all year long has been the Beach Buccaneers, who are the defending champions, and they score points. 82 points a game for an average, and that's just about unheard of as far as girls basketball goes. I know on the Class A side of things, a high-scoring game is something in the 60s, but this is Class B, and they like to go up and down a little bit more. Shot up and strong by Lori Johnson. Will the Cubs control? No. Beach comes away with it. That's Christy Waldall, sister of Jackie, and she turns the ball over. Christy Waldall is the one who handles it the most and is the junior and probably the best player on the team for Beach. Averages, Christy does, 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists a game.
Nice pressure in the backcourt.
That's Jackie Waldall out on Freund. Now into the corner, Overton. She's in trouble, and the pass is picked off by Waldall. Christie, she will go between a couple of players and lose it off her leg.
Tough not to convert on a nice defensive effort on their end that time, as they really got the ball down to the other side, and just tough break.
It's one thing she will do constantly, though, is don't be surprised to see her take 1-on-3 sometimes. Waldall on the run, going through players, is just about as good as it gets. There's the score. Cando leading Beach, 4-2, 5:30 left in this opening period. This is a first-round game here in the Class B tournament. Waldall almost the pick on Johnson out front. She's 5'11", tallest player in the court for the Cubs. Cando with a double high post. There's a 5.
You betcha. They were hauling for it over here. .5:16 remains, and looks like Coach Bob Waldo wants a timeout with a trailing 4-2. He's going to talk it over a little bit.
Well, we mentioned the fact that Beach likes to run, and this is not the way Coach Bob Waldo wants things to go. You know, his team in most games this year, at 2 minutes into it, or almost 3-4 minutes into it, has had a tendency to have 12, 13, 14, even 15 points on the board.
That's right. You know, they have a lot of experience. When you talk about last year and this year, I think they've won either 35 or 37 home games straight. They've still got that streak intact for next year. And 47 straight, I believe, overall, somewhere in that area. And they've only had one real close game this year. That was a 50-46 game against Westby, Montana. And that one went triple overtime. That was at Beach that they lost by, or excuse me, won by 4. But that went triple overtime. So they've only had really one close game all year.
There's Coach Bob Reiser. He's broken the huddle. He's talking to his Cubs already. So it's Overton, Freund, Ellsberger, Orbital, and Johnson on the floor for the Cubs. They're on the defensive side of the thing. Now here comes Beach trying to tie this game up. Looks like the Cubs picking up a little more aggressive on their zone, and it works as the pass inside is deflected, but Scott gets it back. Jackie Waldall to Christie. Looks to Keeley Hardy, goes to Hardy.
Excellent zone matchup defenses here by both clubs. Low pass, out of bounds.
And Keeley Hardy cannot handle that one, so the Cando Cubs really have things rolling. The one thing, if you look into the crowd, and if we do get a chance later on to take a peek at the crowd, they're wearing yellow ribbons, which is for you, guys and gals over in Desert Shield, in Operation Desert Shield. There's all kinds of folks back here thinking of you, doing your job overseas. Chance to go ahead by 4. Pass inside, Lori Johnson spins and wins.
Nice move in the paint. They're going to get the ball to her all afternoon long. She makes it a 6-2 ball game.
So Johnson, Overton, and Freund all have a basket each. 3-point attempt from Jackie Waldall doesn't go. In fact, Jackie Waldall, Christy Waldall, and Jamel Scott each have over 30 3-pointers this year.
They're not afraid to turn it on.
No, they'll put it up.
Brenda Myers inbounds.
There's Christie, top of the key. In the paint on the move, off the glass and good.
Almost looked like that was going to come off a little hard on the glass there, but she found the right angle and dropped her through.
Actually, where Christy Waldall is at her best. Brenda Myers with the steal. Beach with a chance to tie. Not on that one.
That one was strong. Rebound, Myers again.
Looked like you and I were playing basketball, John.
Foul, but it looks like it'll be called before the shot.
The ever-elusive rim.
20, 2-0 on the rebound. 2-0.
Trina Ellsberger, her first personal foul. That's the first one in the game with 3:41 left in this first period. Christy Waldall drives baseline, cut off nicely. Pass over to sister Jackie, shot no good. Myers with the rebound, and a second try is knocked away from her, but Keeley Hardy puts one up. And the Cubs come away. That's Freund. Shot up by the left-hander. Ellsberger, a little strong.
All of the sports writers and sportscasters in the state are picking Beach to win it all, so I'm a little surprised that they're having this much problem with Cando, but Cando's no slouch either.
No, not with the defense they've been playing so far. Lori Johnson with a jump ball, and on an alternating possession rule, it goes to Beach. So the next time there's a held ball, the Cubs will get it. Long shot, not good by Scott, but she gets it back and will use the glass. Strong again. Rebound pulled down by Overton. Number 44, Julie Overton with the rebound. 2:50, clock in the move. Cubs with the lead and the ball. This is Cando's fourth trip to the state tournament. As Overton draws a foul down low. Last year, Cando finished as the
3-1.
Foul on 31, Brenda Myers, her first personal. First team foul.
First personal foul on Brenda Myers. The consolation champions a year ago was Cando. Also fifth in 1987 and fourth in 1986. So this state tournament, nothing new here in the late stages of the 80s and now here in 1990 for the Cubs.
You talked earlier about, Lee, about the Waldall girls and how much they can score. In that Milner-Bison game up against Des Lacs Burlington, Lynette Munn, of course, one of the highly touted Miss Basketball candidates, scored 41 points in that game. You should see this gal play. Behind her back, through defenders, up off the backboard on layups, and just a really excellent player to watch.
You know what, during a camp this summer, this Lynette Munn, she stuffed it, jammed it down off the run.
That's something else for a high school basketball player.
Neither of Overton's go, so that's Satrin rather, with her first shot. Julie Satrin, a 5'8" senior, with her first shot to try to put Beach into a tie situation, does not get it to go. This is the third trip to the state tournament in a row for the Beach Buccaneers. Champions last year, consolation champions in '88. Still not going down for Beach, and right there to gobble up the rebound was Cando. Overton out front, Julie Overton. Beach in a man zone, I should say. Johnson spins and hits. Lori Johnson, 11 points a game, second in the team as far as scoring goes behind Ellsberger, but she leads her team right now with 4, half of the total. Long three-point attempt is off by Christie. Rebound, and a good one by Freund. Carla brings it down and will wait for her teammates. Cando does not want to get into a running situation or matchup if you have to try to go basket for basket with Beach, even though they haven't hit them yet. It's a little tough. Shot up off the front iron. Johnson will have the rebound taken away by Satrin, and a foul in the backcourt. I think it was Overton who was reaching in. Yes, it was. 44, Julie Overton.
Second team foul.
When you say the name Waldall, I guess right now it's synonymous with Beach basketball, because their coach, in case you haven't picked it up yet, is Bob Waldall, who is the father of both Christy and Jackie. Nice play by Freund. Steal, but a steal right back by Christy Waldall. Clock is on a move, 1:15 in the first period. Inside, Waldall spins, a block by Johnson, and Lori comes away with it.
Nice block by Lori. She's been a dominant factor here in this first quarter with 4 points and a couple of blocked shots.
Also leads the team in rebounding, does Johnson. She has the ball right now. Oh, that shot is no good by Ellsberger. She hasn't quite gotten things on track, but Carla Freund has. 4 points now for Freund, and it's a 10-4 lead. We're under a minute to play at the tail end of the first period. Cold shooting for the Beach Buccaneers, and Cando taking advantage of it.
Cold inside and cold outside.
Another three-pointer off the rim. Brenda Myers saves it, but in the hands of the white-clad Cubs.
It's a little chillier here, guys, than it is over there, I'm sure. What was it, 40 degrees
44.
outside? 44 now, warming up, huh?
Beautiful day.
Boy, leave the parka inside.
No snow on the ground yet in North Dakota. And on the floor with some Cubs and Buccaneers. Christy Waldall beating Johnson on the run.
Excellent double pump layup that time, as she really challenged her when she went to the hole.
So Beach trying to create some things here with their defense, picking up full court. The heave at the buzzer is just short. So after 1 quarter of play, Bob Reiser's Cando Cubs have the lead 10-6. Very, very strong played quarter for the Cubs. Well, let's deviate just a bit, John, from basketball, as you see both teams in their huddles. Football this time of year.
Oh.
Where do we want to start? Bison or the Whites?
Let's start with the Vikings.
The Vikings have won 4 games in a row. They started the season 1-6, and things looked, well, putrid at times.
It was really bleak. If you're a Vikings fan, you did not go to any local establishment and talk football with your buddies, because you would hear an earful about how terrible the Vikings are. This weekend now, let's talk about last weekend first. They beat the Bears. They were ahead 34-3 at halftime. Look at the sign there from Cando.
That's why we're doing this, folks, because everybody with Desert Shield has overseas has everyone back home pulling for you. There you saw the sign with the 132nd and 134th, I believe, regiments over. And the Vikes, yeah, they're 5 and 6.
5 and 6 now. They've come back. They really shelled the Bears last weekend. What was it, 41-13? Excellent win for the Vikings. This week they've got Green Bay, folks, coming up Sunday. Back to basketball.
Bob Reiser's team has the ball, and he would definitely like a repeat of that first quarter. Comes out scoring Beach by 4. With the ball in a lob path to Johnson. She's open. Got the basket and the foul. Jamel Scott came over to help out, but Lori Johnson with her third bucket. 6 points for her and a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Scott, number 33, is her first personal.
That's Jamel's first personal foul. They say when you want a foul, you'd like them not to get that 3-point opportunity. She didn't quite hack her good enough.
You're go for the blood type of a guy, huh, John?
Oh, she misses her free throw.
Hey, but the score's doubled up again, 12-6. Into the game for the first time. That was Laura Olfers with the basketball, number 15. He passed back before the travel to Waldall.
Christy Waldall picked up her back foot there. That's not something she normally does.
And Beach changing defenses, picking up at half court now instead of full court to try to get things going. But so far, Cando, who quite frankly likes to play a slowed down style of game, a half-court game. That's what they've been in so far, and Johnson inside has been able to get the points, and it just got tipped away as the pass was going back to Lori Johnson. You see number 12, Annette Allen, inbounding. So Annette Allen with her first playing time here in the state tournament. Johnson again.
Nice touch, just lifted over the rim. I thought she was going to go off the glass that time. She's really being a dominant factor.
8 of the 14 belong to Lori Johnson. Three-pointer, good. That's the first outside shot that Jamel Scott and almost the entire Beach team has got to go down. After the make, Bucks pick up full court. And now Bob Reiser wants to talk about it. So both coaches kind of taking some early timeouts in this one. There's exactly 7 minutes left before the half, and Cando with the lead, 14-9.
I think Bob just wants to make sure that he's got his full court press breaker in, and make sure the girls know exactly where they should be on the court, and make sure they're effective on getting that press breaker in and getting it down the court. So many times they'll put on a full court press, and you'll start it off with 3 or 4 turnovers and then call the timeout, and Bob Reiser probably did a good thing on calling the timeout before they could get it set up.
Interesting thing when you go to basketball tournaments and both teams up at standing and cheering for their particular team, but who's ever ahead has a few more people standing up there.
That's right. And as you guys and gals over there well know, the B tournament is a lot more boisterous, a lot more activities going on, and it's just almost a better tournament to do as far as the fans are concerned, and the viewers, and even the broadcasters. Of course, we like doing the A too, just as well, but this one, you all know what I'm talking about.
Well, you mentioned the A, and we should say that Bismarck Century beat Bismarck St. Mary's 2 weekends ago for the Class A title. And the left-hander, Ellsberger, will get her second chance to go. So Trina, who leads this team in scoring, gets her first 2. Well, maybe Ellsberger will get more into the offense side of things, and she has 7 points now.
Ellsberger averages 14 a game. Her first 2 coming in the second quarter.
Johnson picks off that Christy Waldall pass. I should say Ellsberger with 2 points, and it's a 7-point lead. Chance to become 9 right here. Overton.
Jamel getting a little aggressive there, huh?
Number 2 on Jamel Scott. Number 2 on number 33.
Good play-by-play of the referee there.
Thank you, Jeff. That's Jeff Hamring. He should know. He was there. He called it.
You betcha. Beach in a little trouble here. Down 16-9. They get a turnover.
Olford. Almost walked, but she gets it back to Christy Waldall, the junior, who basically runs the offense. Jackie Waldall. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Orvidal. Sherry Orvidal with that rebound. 5:45 left in the second half. On the move, Ellsberger's shot is strong, but she was fouled.
You'll see Trina get the ball over here down low. She turns on Jamel Scott, goes up strong, and Jamel picks up her third personal foul. That'll put Trina to the line. Trina Ellsberger, a 5'8" senior, 75% free throw shooter from the line.
Well, there you see Jamel Scott sitting down by Coach Bob Waldall. Now, she apparently likes threes because her number's 33 here today, but I don't think Coach likes that 3 in the foul category behind her name.
One too many threes.
Speaking of threes, Ellsberger has 3 points. Well, so much for the threes.
She ruined it for us.
Cando Cub fans behind their team doubled the score again. You see it there, 18-9. 3-pointer, Christy Waldall, Eric.
A little bit too far out that time, I think, for her. And they're going to come with the full court press.
Cando so far doing a terrific job of avoiding the pressure, not turning the ball over much, which is the forte of a Beach team, is creating steals. There's one right there. Waldall stripped right back by Freund. Carla Freund had it taken away from her, and she does one better. Just give it back. It's my ball, my game, going home. No.
That's the way it used to work when you were a kid.
When you were a kid, if it was your ball, you controlled the game. Right now, it's Lori Johnson's ball, and she is controlling this game. 10 points.
Nothing but net on that shot.
Oh, Lori Johnson is hot with 10 of the 20 for her team. Jackie Waldall in the corner. I don't know, maybe it is Lori Johnson's ball. Strong 3-point.
Oh my, excellent 3-point shot. She hesitated, the defense slacked off a little bit, and she drained it.
The only team in the state that will basically take those types of 3-pointers with somebody waiting, basically, in their face. Beach will put them up all over the place. Down to a single-digit lead, 8. Posting up, Ellsberger cut off the far side by Myers. There's a long 2-point basket that rims out for Overton. Christy Waldall, pull-up jumper from about 17 feet away. 6 points now for Christy. Clock under 4 minutes to go in this opening half.
Imagine the one-on-one game those girls have in their driveway Saturday afternoons.
Oh, wicked. You might like that, because that might even draw a little blood. Foul on the rebound.
It's like Bob says, well, one of you girls got to mow the lawn today. Well, let's play one-on-one. Loser cuts the lawn.
Loser cuts, huh?
6-point lead for Cando. There's another one.
Lori Johnson clears the boards, and a reaching foul of Jackie Waldall.
I mean, those are bona fide 3-pointers, too. I mean, they're not like looking down to see if they're going to touch the line. They're a couple good feet behind it. They're not shy at all.
Should be the first foul on Jackie Waldall, and that will put the Cubs into a bonus situation where it's a 1-on-1 now. For the last, well, here's our threes again, John. 3:33 left in the half.
Lori Johnson, a 70% free throw shooter. She gets the first one.
First free throw that Lori's made. She's 1 of 2 from the line with 11 points for her team. That's her season high average, and we're still in the first half. Second one, strong. There's the rebound. Overton. Julie Overton looks for the shot, but it's blocked on the far side by Christy Waldall, who forces a jump.
That'll go with Beach on the alternating possession rule.
Talk about aggressive players. There's not many players in the state of North Dakota that are more aggressive than Christy Waldall, both offensively and defensively. Brenda Myers lobs a pass for Olfers, who walked before the shot.
Packed her bag. She got both feet up off the ground there, a little anxious to go to the rim.
Little bunny hop.
3/4 inch press, Bob Waldall says now, so the girls back off just to the free throw line extended.
Looking for the traps in the corners, but Cando passing through it and now dribbling over it is Freund. Carla Freund with the ball, the point guard. Ellsberger in the lane and off the glass. 6 now for Trina Ellsberger. Averages 15 points a game. Cando back up by 9. Cubs playing solid basketball game. Coach Bob Waldall is asking for a timeout, and Jackie gives it to him. And Jamel Scott will check back into the game, so you have to watch out here. Jamel with 3 fouls, but Coach Bob Waldall is thinking, hey, this is one of our best players. We need her in there.
Bob was not shy about calling that timeout, too. He wanted to get the timeout before they tried to get a shot off, and I'm sure he's a little bit worried down by 9 at this point. The Beach fans are, too, as you look at them.
Not the cheerleaders, though, doing their job, trying to keep the crowd into this one. And there you get a good shot of the white and yellow ribbons that the Cub fans are wearing in honor of family and friends over where you are now. The North Dakota State Bison football team is playing this Saturday, December 1st, in the semifinals of the Division II playoffs. The only 2 teams in Division II or higher that are undefeated and untied this year are playing in the same game. That is Pittsburgh State of Kansas against the Bison at Fargo.
And if you feel like you're getting slighted over there not being able to see the game, if you want to see the game in North Dakota, you are going to have to go to Dakota Field because there is no television coverage. They will televise it only down in Kansas. So if you can't get a ticket, you won't see it over here either.
3-pointer off the front of the rim. Jackie Waldall, Jamel Scott, who just came back into the game with those 3 fouls, forced him back up. But Lori Johnson is there to clear the boards. Freund. Lob pass, far side. Overdahl and Johnson play catch now. Overton with her shot no good, and Scott with the rebound. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half.
You see how Coach Bob Waldall's tactic on putting Jamel Scott back in the ballgame. She gets another key rebound.
Christy Waldall through traffic, but no, she walked before getting the shot up. Little bumping going on, but basketball is a physical game. I like the fact when the officials will let things go a little bit more.
Yeah, he could have very well called a foul there when she went through the defender, but why not let him play a little bit? Back to my old theory, right?
Yeah, it's called the John Haggerty blood theory. 90 seconds left to go in this first half. Overton now back out to the point. The point center now,
yeah.
Miss Johnson. She'll go back down low. Orvidal at the point, and now
Bob Reiser is over here yelling reset. He wants to get his team organized.
Not as easy as bowling when you can just push one button. It takes you got to get the call out to all 5 of your players. 1 minute left.
Well, I think Reiser doesn't want the gutter ball thrown here. It's exactly what he doesn't want.
Yeah, but he's got it's about like having a 10-pin lead going into the 10th frame here. He's up 23-14.
Cando fans now getting a little excited, as you see in the background.
Cubs can afford to be patient. Freund back out front. Good outside shooter.
Excellent ball. Yeah, Lee, excellent ball control, too. Just holding on to things here, content with a 9-point lead over Beach, who hasn't lost in 47 games.
The shot they wanted was inside, but Johnson came up a little short at the 23-second mark. Jackie Waldall brings it up. There's Christie. 15 seconds. Look for Beach to go to the 3. 9 seconds. No, on the move and a travel. Jackie Waldall trying to force some things, and the clock holds at 7 seconds, and the scoreboard holds at 23-14.
Second time in a row they've turned the ball over on traveling calls. Nice play that time by 43 Keeley Hardy to try to deny the pass.
Cubs will inbound.
Excellent pressure. Oh.
They bring it in. Overton. Johnson, 3 seconds left. She'll have to put it up now at the buzzer. Sure. So at the half, the Can-Do Cubs are playing a very, very strong half of basketball to lead it 23-14.
Bob Reiser met his team just about at half court. He is excited, and he has every right to be.
27 children range in age from 4 through 12.
So Lori Johnson, unofficially with 11 points, her season average in that first half. Lori Johnson giving her team the lead, doing a tremendous job. 1 of 3 from the free throw line there to go up against Gackle. Last year in this Class B tournament, it was the Beach Buccaneers and Carrington who met in the championship game, and that was where Beach came out on top of that one, 63-51 last year.
So very much a chance of having the same title game as we had a year ago. Let's mention off the subject here a little bit, the NHL. The North Stars are really having a tough year in the Norris division. Minnesota is now 5-15, and they are not doing well. Of course, the ownership problems, new owners in with the Minnesota North Stars. They've had low attendance at many of their games. Of course, now it's a 4-sport city, and you got the Timberwolves, the North Stars, the Vikings,
And the Gophers.
and the Gophers in town. And they're not playing well right now. The North Stars, as I said, at 5-15 as of November 29th.
I guess one way to put it is they're stinking it up. And the UND Fighting Sioux hockey team, as long as we're on the subject of hockey, the Sioux have a big series which actually starts tomorrow night on the 30th, playing the Gophers up in Grand Forks. Minnesota leads the WCHA. They're undefeated, 10-0-1, and I believe Wisconsin is number 2 at the WCHA right now, but just 1 game behind Wisconsin is UND. So the Sioux and Gino Glass's crew having another Gino Gasparini. Whoops. His crew is another fine season as they are in 3rd place in the WCHA with a big series this coming weekend against the University of Minnesota. Again, this tape is being brought to you through the cooperation of Meyer Television, and I'm Lee Timmerman. I work for KFYR TV in Bismarck, John Hagry, who works for KMOT in Minot, and also KQCD in Dickinson and KUMB in Williston, along with KTHI TV 11 from Fargo, the North Dakota High School Activities Association, who is led by Bob King, and the North Dakota National Guard, bringing you this tape today. And there's the Can-Do Cubs fans. So certainly hope you enjoy this contest. It's the first round of the North Dakota Class B basketball tournament.
We've been handed a stat sheet yet from halftime, Lee? Why don't we go ahead and run that down? Of course, as Lee said, the Can-Do Cubs are leading at 23-14. Trina Ellsberger has 6 points. Carla Freund 4. Lori Johnson officially a good half with 11 points, and Julie Overton 2. For the Beach Buccaneers, struggling, Jackie Waldall has 5 points. Jackie Waldall averaging 19 a game, so she's well under her average. Christy Waldall, 6 points in the first half. She averages 16 points a game. And Jamel Scott, who averages 18 a game, was in foul trouble in that first half. She has only 3 points. Afternoon games here at the Bismarck Civic Center in the Class B State Girls Basketball Tournament. Good crowd here this afternoon. As we mentioned, 44 degrees outside.
No snow yet.
No snow yet. Hardly any. Deer hunting was tough this year because you couldn't track deer or do anything because the snow wasn't helping you out. Okay.
Here's a quick hello from the folks from Can-Do.
Hopefully you guys and gals over there will recognize some of these people in the stands. Maybe we'll even get a personal hello out of somebody here. The Beach Buccaneers were 10 of 20 in field goal shooting, only 50%. They were 3 of 7 from the line at 43%. Had 14 rebounds and 9 turnovers. For Beach, 6 of 25, 24%. Did not shoot a free throw, 17 rebounds, and they did lead the turnover category with 12.
I think if you want to talk numbers and stats and that type of thing, John, when you mentioned 24%, nailed it right on the head. This Beach team is averaging 82 points a ball game, and the Cubs have held them to 14 here in the first half. Just getting underway here in quarter number 3. Cubs with the basketball. That is Freund will inbound it to Overton. Ellsberger is into the game as well as Orvidal and Johnson, the same starting 5 for Coach Bob Reiser's team. The Cubs 24-0, undefeated on the year. Beach Buccaneers also 24-0. Pass goes down inside, shot up by Johnson, but the block and the foul on Christy Waldall should be her first. Sister Jackie Waldall is into the game, along with Scott, Myers, and Keely Hardy. So the same 10 that started this game into the game right here in quarter number 3.
Lori Johnson, the 5'10 junior center, will go to the line, averaging 70% from the free throw line. Was 1 of 2 from the line in the first half.
Johnson with a terrific first half of play. Of course, Cando, who likes the half-court style, the half-court type of game, the slower, tempoed game. That usually means we like to go to our center. And it's worked so far. Johnson has 13 points. 11-point lead. Beach with the ball. Myers to Scott. Over to Jackie. That's Keely Hardy. Whenever I say her name, I can't help but think of those Hardy Boys mystery books. And there is a shot and up by Scott. A couple of rolls before Jamel Scott got that one to go. It's Scott and both Waldalls, the only 3 scoring so far for Beach. Bucks picking up full court. No foul called on the reach in. 25-16. Cando leads it. And a left-handed shot is good by Ellsberger. So Trina's into the scorebook here in the second half. She has 8 points. We're talking huge, huge upset in the making right now because Beach, the #1 team, heavily favored to win this tournament. They won it last year, and if you ask every coach but Bob Waldall, they all said Beach has got to be the team.
Julie Overton picked up her second team foul, first one of the half. That will put Brenda Meyer shooting 48% from the line to the line.
First points for Brenda so far this afternoon. We're looking at 3:27 Central Time in the afternoon here on November 29th. Second one is good as well.
She beats her average, making 2 in a row. 27-18 now. Cando leads it.
Boy, the Cubs have done a terrific job of not turning the ball over on the press, and there's the reason why. You just saw Carla Freund zigging and zagging her way through there to bring it up. Now Carla needs some help. She finds it, flipping the pass. Orvidal, and now the shot up and in a swisher for Julie Overton.
Nice arch on that shot.
It's a little tough with an Orvidal and an Overton. So when they pass to each other, it gets to be hard as Keely Hardy will put in her first 2. So both teams trade baskets and the 9-point lead holds. Under 6 minutes, we're in quarter number 3. The games tomorrow night and Saturday night will be on statewide television. But these games here, and that basket there by Carla Freund, her team back up by 11. Doing it for the folks in Desert Shield.
Beach just can't seem to get ahead here.
That was a 2-point basket for Myers.
As they keep trading baskets back and forth with Cando. Look at Cando. They'll get it across, then set it up nicely. They're in no hurry with this type of lead.
Christy Waldo strips it away from Johnson. And Hardy helps out in the backcourt. Waldall's shot is no good, but she gets the rebound, a tip out of bounds, and controlled by Beach. What were the first name? Now that I've got a Hardy boys on my mind, what were their names? Do you remember?
Ooh, no, I don't. Something like Jack and Jeff. Or were they completely different?
I have
Help
no
us
idea.
out, Desert Shield.
I have no
We could
idea.
hear you. I know you're all sitting there saying the names.
Hey, the Cubs with the lead in the ball. Freund with it on the dribble. Beach picking up man-to-man. Coach Bob Reiser wants Gals to come on, help out. Overton down in the corner. Now inside. Shot is short. Beach on the offensive side. Scott. Jamel's shot is good.
Oh, is she a player? Excellent fake and then drive into the paint. Foul trouble in the first half, and she has come on in the second half, not being tentative whatsoever with that basketball. They're going to have to count on her from here on in.
Timeout called for, and Bob Reiser wants to talk about this. I think his team offensively just a little out of sync. That last trip down the floor, out of the corner of my eye, I was watching Bob, and he was trying to motion everybody around, but that's tough to do, and the ball's on the far side, and concentration is about players are all on the far side as well. Cheerleaders for the Cubs out on the floor.
You see that more and more. Boy, when we were in high school, you didn't see guys out on the court cheering and wearing skirts. These guys don't have the skirts on. They just got the red sweats on. But in the A tournament down in Jamestown 2 weeks ago, they had all kinds of guys out there all dressed up in wigs and the whole 9 yards. Good to see each team supporting each other, whether they're football players, girls basketball players, or whatever. They're here in full force, especially for the B tournaments.
Well, not as flashy as their female counterparts as far as the cheers go, but nonetheless, doesn't take much to fire up the crowd here at the tournament, as you mentioned, though, John. Freund inbounds and does it easily. Out of the timeout, a trapping defense by the Bucks, and they convert on it. So Waldall, Christie brings it up. It's 31-24. Candy has the lead. We're in the third quarter. Keely Hardy works in the paint, around the player, and the rebound pulled down by Ellsberger.
It's amazing she even got that shot off. When she caught it, she got it in the chops, went through her hands, and came off her chin. I think she might have been a little dazed when she put it up.
Freund over to Ellsberger, who likes the left side of the floor, but that shot was partially deflected. Christy Waldall will bring it coast, and almost to the other coast, but she was fouled.
Foul that time on Cubs number 22, Carla Freund.
That'll put Christy to the line for her first free throw chances.
Christie, a 74% free throw shooter, and she drains the first one.
She is one of the best all-around players in the state of North Dakota, in my mind anyway. Averages 16 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Mentioned her 70% free throw shooting. Leads the team from the point, also in rebounding. And right now trying to get her team back in it.
5-point lead now for Cando.
The Beach slowly trying to chip it away, but so far, as long as that person right there, Carla Freund, has had the ball, Cando has been able to control things offensively. There's the other big factor, Lori Johnson. Brenda Myers almost with the steal, clock in the move, 2:45 left in the third. Shot is up and in. That's Orbital, Sherry Orbital with her first 2 points.
I've always been amazed at basketball players, men or women, that can get the ball up with somebody in their face. Not to be shy when they're near the bucket like that is definitely an art.
Jackie Waldall, her first points of the second half. Now, all 5 of the Beach Beach starters are in the scorebook.
Trading buckets again. Here we go.
Those 28 points are just not many at this stage of the game. A big break opportunity. 5-on-2. Christy Waldall slicing in for the basket. It's a 3-point game, and I don't think Bob Reiser will let it go too far if his team does not score, or at least slow things down in this possession. Beach, a high-scoring team, and in fact scored 112 points, 108 points, and 103 points in games this year. So Beach can do it offensively. So can do. He has the ball and a foul right there. That's basically, I think, what the Cubs are looking for, John. Something to slow the tempo back down, and that's what a foul will do.
Tough foul on Jackie Waldall here as you see her step in front of Johnson trying to deny the ball, and definitely a foul there as she reached across her. They'll inbounds it.
On the baseline and in trouble. Overton on the floor. Who comes in?
First and 10.
Beach. Three-pointer here would tie it. Brenda Myers in the lane. Cut off. Goes to Hardy. 3-second call. 3-second call in the lane.
3-second violation. Beach now with that full court press. Trailing by 3. Having some problems. Cando is getting it in.
Johnson helps. 70 seconds left in the third.
Freund knew she had to get it across as 7-8 seconds were ticking in the backcourt.
It was a 9-point lead at half for Beach, but Johnson makes this a 5-point lead again. 15 points now for Lori Johnson.
They've got to defense her better. That time, Jackie Waldall just let her go right through.
Shot is short by Myers. Cando controls. They'll go for one shot. Will the Cubs? 35 seconds on the clock. Freund in the corner.
Beach has almost got to pick up their defense here if they want to stay in this ball game. They seem pretty content to let Cando set things up. There it is.
There's a steal. And the bucket, yes. For Christy Waldall. She has 12 points now. And it's a 3-point game as time runs out in the third.
Maybe we can take a look at that steal. Did you see the referee? He was almost in the way. Christy Waldall caught up to him like he was a Volkswagen on a highway.
I don't know. Is that what a Volkswagen sounds like? I have no idea.
VW, you know, goes probably about 52 on the highway, and you pass them like they're standing still. And your buddy, the referee there, trying to stay ahead of Christy Waldall, which is no easy task when she gets a steal and there's about 6 seconds left and she can get her team to within 3 points.
Well, 4 quarters of a basketball game. You can give the first quarter to Cando, a 10-6 lead. Give the second quarter to the Cubs as well because it was 23-14. But here in quarter number 3, you have to give that one to the Beach Buccaneers, trimming a 9-point lead down to 3. 9 minutes left of this one. Or excuse me, 8 minutes left of this one. Here we go, quarter number 4. Jackie Waldall tries to tie the game, and she does. 10 points for Jackie Waldall now. She has 2 3-pointers. Cando offensively, I think has to keep it in Freund's hand, and she does a good job of getting it passed and over. Now Freund, Carla will have it back. She's impressed me with her playmaking ability.
That's Annette Allen who checked into the ball game. Her 3-point try is strong.
Long pass ahead to Brenda Myers. Jackie Waldall takes a dribble in, back to Christie. Christie Waldall and a foul out front on Ellsberger.
That'll be Trina Ellsberger's second foul. It's all tied, 35-35. Interesting that time, Jackie Waldall had the three-point shot out in top and decided to take a drive and picked up the foul on it.
So after going 6 of 25 in the first half, Beach picked things up and went 7 of 12 in the third quarter to get back into this game and tie things up here in the early stages of the fourth. So Brenda Myers, clock shot, dribbles in, will take a shorter one. Nope, on the line. On the rebound, Brenda Myers, number 31, was on the line. So all 10 players into the front court here. Not anymore, as Ellsberger brings it across. Freund draws a foul. Looked like Myers had the basketball, John, but it looks like the foul's in the body. Let's see.
Nice drive by Carla Freund to the paint, and it could have went either way, I think. She had a lot of ball there, but there was obviously some body contact, and that will put number 22, Carla Freund, the 5'6" senior, to the line, averaging 63% from the free throw line. 2 points here would be very valuable for her team. She gets the first one.
So the Cubs have the lead back by that 1 point. Carla just now at 1 point over her average with her 7th point of this basketball game. Give her 8 now and a 2-point lead.
I think this one could go down to the wire, Lee. Under 7 minutes to play in the ball game now, and they've been trading buckets all second half. As you mentioned, Beach really came on in the third quarter. It's anybody's guess what'll happen here.
Myers can take that shot about any time she wants to because they leave Brenda open to shoot. She ties the game back up again with 6:15 to go.
Overton wide open.
And Freund finds Overton. And that's Julie Overton with her 6th point. Looks like it's a good time to get out the seesaw. This one's going back and forth.
Ride the teeter-totter.
Three-pointer off. Johnson and Hardy fighting for the rebound, but Allen comes away with it. So the two big gals bounce it around, and then 5'4", Annette Allen says, "Give me that thing."
Cando could build a 5-point lead with a three-pointer, but a costly turnover.
Myers strips it away at 5:30 on the clock. And there's a foul on the pass. Julie Overton, that's her 3rd personal.
And that will put Brenda Myers to the... Oh, still got to go out of bounds. The next one will be a bonus opportunity for the Beach Buccaneers.
Well, the lowest point output of the season for Beach was 63 points and a 3-point win over Watford City. And right now, with 5:19 in this game, they have scored 39.
They'll be lucky to get 50.
Excuse me, 37. Cubs have 39. And it's not really because Beach has not been scoring. Well, they have shot a little soft, especially in that first half, but it's more, I think, of Cando doing what they want to do, control the ball on the offensive side of things.
That's called tournament time. You never know what can happen once you get here to state tournament time.
Brenda Myers gets the return pass. Lobber inside. Keely Hardy goes to tie the game and does. And Keely Hardy will go to the free throw line and try to give Beach the lead.
Excellent pass down low that time. You see the long pass down low inside to Keely Hardy, and the foul on number 20, Trina Ellsberger. That's her 3rd personal foul. So Beach now can take the lead with a Keely Hardy free throw.
Keely an even 50% on the year. The senior shot is good. So with 4:53 to play, Beach has the lead back. Lob pass, tip. by Hardy, controlled by Scott, and out of bounds. Jamel Scott.
Tough play by Jamel Scott. She makes the save, goes into the bench. When she saved it and went back over the white line, they had to kick it back. The only person to save it again was Jamel, but she can't come back in from out of bounds.
No, once you're out of bounds, you have to establish back both feet inbounds before you can touch the ball again. That one's tipped by Waldo. Goes to Myers. Myers left hands it in, and she is fouled. So another three-point play opportunity as Brenda Myers goes for the bucket.
This is tournament time experience, folks. Get a turnover and make it count.
The foul was on Carla Freund. Now the Beach fans have a lot to cheer about.
Carla Freund's second personal foul, so she's not in any foul trouble at any point in this time. But a three-point lead, as you said, and going to the line. You mentioned the tip. That was the key. Waldall's great defensive play here, and then she's off to the races.
Brenda Myers will take it and just challenge two of the Cando Cubs. The reach-in called on Freund.
There was almost a quiet confidence by the Beach Buccaneers there. They didn't get too hasty when they were down by as much as 10 there in the first half, and went into halftime trailing by 9. It came out. Bob Waldo was very methodic in his approach. And now they got a chance to go up by 4.
Well, we mentioned it earlier too, John, that, I mean, state tournaments, especially here in the last 5 years, nothing new to either one of these teams. This is Beach's third trip in a row. The Buccaneers won it last year, and for the 4th time in the last 5 years, Cando is in this state tournament. So here's the chance to convert the three-point play on the line. Brenda Myers, so wipe off that free throw attempt.
Christy Waldo in the lane too quick that time. Costly error.
There you see the score. Beach's defense here in the third, bringing them back. And in the fourth, 42-39. Ellsberger cut off. Finds a friend in Freund. Carla with it, down low. Triple teamed is Johnson. Delori Johnson with Buccaneers all over. Brenda Myers, Jackie Waldall, left-hander strong, but Johnson hustling back for the rebound. Long pass ahead to Ellsberger, and Cando will slow it down.
You think Bob Waldall talked about double and triple teaming Lori Johnson at halftime?
I'll bet he even said it more than 2 or 3 times, too. 3:50 on the clock left in this one. In regulation, and a bumping foul by Brenda Myers. So Myers with her third.
Brenda Myers, her third.
Jamel Scott has 3. Those 3 came in the first half. So 3 now for Brenda Myers. Julie Overton has 3 fouls, and Trina Ellsberger has 3 fouls for Cando. So no one in real serious trouble right at this stage of the game. Johnson with a nice little pass. The shot is up by Orvidal, but she was fouled.
Nice post-to-post passing here. Lori Johnson's been double-teamed most of the second half. She finds Orvidal down on the baseline, but Waldall a little bit too strong with the defense, and that'll put Orvidal to the line. The 5'7" junior is 63% shooter from the free throw line. Her team trails by 3.
Good. 3 points now for Sherry. Looking for number 4. And a big rebound by the Cubs. Freund, left side of the lane, blocked by Jackie Waldall, but Ellsberger is right there, and a jump ball is called.
That will stay on Cando's end.
So the Cubs will keep it. 3:33 left in this game. Overton. Passing to Orvidal, back inside. Johnson spinning, but a little strong. Keely Hardy wants to start the break herself. 2-on-2. Keely Hardy maybe tried to do too much.
You knew that was going to happen. I could tell the way you were talking it. I think Bob Waldo wanted her to stop at half court too.
Overton bounces a pass. Can Ellsberger save it? Yes, nice hustle there by Trina. Overton out top. Picked up by Myers. Lob pass, tipped out. Last touched on the far side by Orbital. And Julie Satrin will come in. She played little in that first half. A senior at 5'8". 3 points, 3 boards a game as Keely Hardy takes a breath. 2-point lead for the team with the ball. They don't have the ball anymore. Traveling call.
Costly turnovers. Getting under 3 minutes here now. You've got to hang on to the ball a little better than that.
Ellsberger double teamed in the corner. Beach backs off a bit. Now here's Freund. Very good point guard for the Cubs. Stripped away from her, but there's Johnson. Shot up, short. Jamel Scott with a board. Jamel Scott averages 6 rebounds a game. Long pass ahead. Satrin off glass hands. And Julie Satrin comes in here in the fourth quarter to give her team a 4-point lead.
You could hear the Beach fans yelling. Satrin was standing down there in the paint for about a minute and a half before they finally got the ball down to her.
Foul number 4 on Jamel Scott with 2:08 left on the clock.
So that will put Trina Ellsberger to the line, and you don't want to do that. One of the best free throw shooters on the Can-Do Cub team, averaging 75%. 2:08 remaining, 4-point lead for Beach.
But anytime you're the team trailing late in the game, whether it's a 10-20 or now in this case a 3-point lead, your best friend is missed your free throw. And that's what Ellsberger has right here. You can ill afford to miss those. Best opportunity. All things are good for you. A chance to score, as does Ellsberger, and it also stops the clock.
Showing good poise there, Ellsberger. She's the team leader, and stepping in there and draining two at this point in the game will really help this Can-Do Cub team.
Trina has 10 now. Beach with just a 2-point lead, spreading things out. And Christy Waldall, number 41, is the player that Coach Bob Waldall wants to have the ball in this situation. Minute 40. There's a foul. As Freund tried to go for the steal, it stops the clock with minute 35. So it's important now for Beach to go and answer from the free throw line.
Exactly right, Lee, when you have Ellsberger step in and drain two, and nothing Christy Waldau would like better to do than answer with two to give her team a 4-point lead.
Well, that's self-explanatory.
As you see the crowd really getting into this, many Beach Buccaneer fans up there on top and down below.
Actually, I think right at this stage of the game would take a poll, there would be more people pulling for Can-Do in this building right now than Beach, simply because Beach is #1 and you always root for the underdog.
That's right. And I think it looks like there's more Can-Do fans here too, because all the Deluxe people are wearing red.
Yep, the Lakers in their red as well. So both teams break the huddle, and number 41, Christy Waldall will go to the line. Christy is 70% free throw shooter. She's been there twice and have made both. 44-42 the lead. The senior, Keely Hardy, comes back in. And she'll have to wait, because once everyone gets lined up, substitutions cannot occur.
They used to let them come in until the ball was actually handed to the free throw shooter.
And that is off, but the rebound, jump ball. Arrow is pointing toward Beach.
How did Trina Ellsberger get around her defender and get in on that one?
Well, to get back to your point about handing the ball to the free throw shooter, John, the officials have changed the way they go about that. No one actually stands and hands the ball to the free throw shooter anymore. It's the baseline referee that'll bounce it in there, so that's why when he bounces it in, and there was a bouncer that came in and stolen by Freund. So Chance to tie it up, or a three-pointer takes the lead. Cubs have not made a three-point basket. I don't even know if they've tried one. That's because they have gone inside quite often to Johnson. And Jamel Scott is whistled for her 5th personal foul.
Jamel Scott here, as you see on the baseline, not very happy with this call. She is standing there, feels like she is set. Lori Johnson has no room to come down, and I think that's why the call was made the way it was. You've got to let the ball player come down with the ball. From that point on, then you can take the charge.
This is when someone picks up their 5th foul, it's almost like an extra one-person timeout, because the coach has up to a minute, I believe, to bring in a replacement. And so Coach Bob Waldall had the opportunity to talk to Julie Satrin for a while.
Lori Johnson now goes to the line. Only 4 points, I believe, the second half.
But 11 big points in the first.
1:16 remaining in the ball game, and Lori Johnson gets to within a point. 44-43 now, Beach leads.
She has 16 points, does Johnson, the senior, or excuse me, junior at 5'11". This could tie it. 1:16 on the clock, we're tied. Beach had that lead and pulled things out, and now, with a tied ball game, the Bucks will attack the basket. Myers. Jackie Waldall, 60 seconds left. Jackie Waldall picked up by Johnson.
You smell an overtime, Lee. Timeout. Bob Waldall says no. We want to hang on to the ball, set up our play, and win it.
48 seconds
As does
left.
Cando, but tough to win it when you don't have the ball. I'm sure Bob Reiser will try to set up some kind of a defensive play. You've got to think that Waldall, after taking some time off the clock, will want to go to Christie Waldall, or maybe inside.
It's our spelling lesson for the day. Cando. Cub fans at actually opposite ends and cross court here in the arena. As you're looking at the game, it would be over your left shoulder, and then also at about at 2 o'clock. That's the way the Cub fans are situated here at the Bismarck Civic Center. 44-44. Two more games yet today. Mayport will play Alexander tonight. Carrington will play Gackel. Bob Reiser wants his team to steal the ball. 45 seconds left. Here's Christy Waldall. Jackie. Christie looking inside, 33 seconds now. She'll start it all over again from the point.
Oh,
Freund almost had the steal.
she could get a 5-second call here. She's been handling the ball and closely guarded.
Shot up by Christie, no good. Rebound, tipped and saved by Hardy. Bob Waldall wants a timeout, and his daughter sees it with 14 seconds left.
Excellent save that time down on the baseline. I think Keely Hardy went almost out of bounds to save the ball. Would have been a great opportunity for Cando to get that ball off the rim and call their own timeout and set up their own play. Thus, we'll do this all over again with the Beach Buccaneers in possession.
Cando led by 4 at the end of the first quarter. And then the Cubs built that to a 9-point lead at halftime. Far and away the best half of basketball that has been played against Beach this year. In the third period, it was a 35-32 Cub lead. So Cando leading at all the stops so far. But right now, with 14 seconds left, Beach has the ball. We're tied 44-44. Jackie Waldall inbound, goes to Christie. At 11 seconds. Christie Waldall, they clear out for her, but Johnson cuts her off. Shot up by Jackie, no good. Keely Hardy does not get it to go at 1 second. Overtime. That last shot hit the rim, but it did not count. OT. Oh my.
You could feel Keely Hardy when she got the rebound and went to put it back up. It was almost like she could sense she had to do it in a hurry, and when she did it in a hurry, she missed basically an easy, nice little layup.
So here's what happened at the tail end. Johnson cutting off Waldall.
They had a perfect clear out for Waldall there. She had to get it back to sister Jackie's shot, comes off, and here's Keely Hardy with the gimme.
This could win it, and it hangs and comes off. So the Beach Buccaneers were one roll from the left, advancing to take on Milner.
And I don't even think the last shot was even off in time, but you see the shot come off to Keely Hardy. Nobody on the backside from Cando as far as rebound is concerned, and hers just rolls off, and you see the players jump up and down from Beach. They couldn't believe it. This shot was too late.
Yeah, that was Carla Freund putting up the three-pointer, but it was just after the buzzer. So we're tied at 44.
So I guess overtime was the right call back about 3 minutes left in the game.
Good call, John.
How are they doing in overtime? Well, they won the triple overtime game. Beach did against Westby, Montana, 50-46. I'll check on Cando's overtime success during the year.
So there's 3 minutes on the clock now, an extra 3-minute period. The alternating ball possession rule does not take into effect in overtime, and so Beach and Christie Waldall will control here in OT. So Beach has the chance to take the lead. 44-44. Cando opens in his zone. Brenda Myers, open, baseline shot, no good. Christie Waldall does not control because Julie Overton has the ball. 2:30 left. See what the Cubs do on the offensive end. Lob pass over the head of Overdahl.
Tough turnover.
Ellsberger had the right idea because she was going away from the basket, and Overdahl, Sherry was coming to it, but the pass was too high.
So Beach will get their second chance here in overtime to try to put something on the board.
Long pass over to Scott, or excuse me, that's Jackie Waldall. Jamil Scott is fouled out with 1:16 left. Brenda Myers, under 2 minutes left in the overtime period.
Can they hold on to it for 1.5 minutes?
Don't know if they want to. Sure looks like it though. Beach controlling the ball. The perimeter passing.
Hey Lee, you always wonder if, two girls collided heavily there. That opens up Keely Hardy underneath.
Fouled in. Hardy gets the basket. So the one to win it with 2 seconds left did not go, but here Keely Hardy is open. Pass from Christie.
Nice eyes in the court from Christie there as she found Keely Hardy wide open. What happened was her two defenders crashed into each other right in front of the Buccaneer bench. She in turn looked down low, found Keely. This shot here,
it's called court sense, is what that's called.
You can force nothing but a tie by Cando, but her shot's short. Rebound to Cando and Freund.
So the Cubs, a 2-point basket ties it with 1:33 left. Clock on the move. Picked off by Jackie Waldall. They're trying to go inside to Ellsberger.
Second costly turnover in the overtime by the Cubs.
So the defensive play puts Beach in the driver's seat of this one. 65 seconds left in overtime. 2-point lead. Christie Waldall out high.
Of the players on the court for Beach, you'd probably want to foul Keely Hardy. She's a 52% free throw shooter. You don't want to foul a Waldall.
And that's The two who are playing catch, just like out in the court at home, the Waldall is playing catch as Julie Overton stops the clock with a body foul at 41 seconds left. That's her fourth.
44, Julie Overton, her fourth.
So now Christy Waldall, 2 of 2 from the free throw line with her 12 points now. She has 12 in the game. 5'11" junior. Big free throw because that makes it a 3-point lead. With that 3-point arc, it's a 4-point lead that you're looking for.
That's right, and this free throw here is even bigger. Civic Center goes deathly quiet.
Not anymore, because that one goes in to make it 48-44. Overton goes ahead. Ellsberger, she'll shoot in a hurry. Left-hander off, flash is good. That cuts the lead in half at 35 seconds. 12 points for Ellsberger. 30 seconds left of this game.
Look at the pressure by Freund.
That's a foul by Freund to stop the clock at 24 seconds. And I think Coach Bob Reiser will want a timeout. That's what Carla Freund says. She gets the timeout with 24 seconds left.
Ellsberger really went to the hole on that fast break, and she came off the glass with that last shot. I thought for sure it would pop off the rim, but she is left-handed. So if she goes up with that side, she can use her touch.
Ellsberger has 12. Lori Johnson has 17 for Cando. 8 points for Freund. 6 points for Julie Overton and 3 points for Sherry Overdahl. So all the scoring done by the starting 5 for Cando with 24 seconds left in overtime. For Beach, Christy Waldall has 14, 10 points for Jackie, 8 points for Brenda Myers. Jamel Scott, who fouled out, has 7 points. Keely Hardy has 7 points as well. And Julie Sackman has 2.
Glad we could bring you this coverage of the Beach Cando game. We hope you enjoy it over there in Saudi Arabia, Desert Shield area. We appreciate what's going on over there. And
this is really fun for us too, John, because otherwise we'd be just sitting up in the stands.
That's right, we'd just be watching.
Watching it.
I know that, I know Lee and I, both we watch the nightly news every night to find out exactly what's going on, and I think we speak for everybody that we like to see what's happening over there, and everybody's abreast of what's going on. And Waldall just made a positive note for her team going back up by 3.
So that's 3 in a row for Christy Waldall from the free throw line, 49-46. 3-point lead. Johnson with a rebound, 21 seconds and a foul. Last thing that Beach wanted.
Yeah, you wonder if a foul was very smart with a 3-point lead at that point. They could go down, possibly get a 3-pointer to tie it up. Now their only possibility on this possession is 2, so they will need another possession to either tie or win this ball game. Can do well, and that will be tough with only 22 seconds to remain. So maybe not that dumb of a foul by Waldall at that point either.
Freund has made 3 free throws in a row.
Now, if this one were to come off, then you're talking even better.
Chance for the rebound, if it does roll off. But Freund will not let it touch anything but net. 10 points now for Freund. It's a 1-point Beach lead. Beach has the basketball. 15 seconds left. We're in overtime. Christy Waldall. Foul. The screen set by Jackie Waldall, and Julie Overton ran into it. I think that's 5 on her. But the most important thing is that it stopped the clock. Cando needed something to stop the clock at 6 seconds.
That's not a bad foul either on Jackie Waldall, because she's only a 64% free throw shooter. Her sister Christy upwards of 75 from the line. 6 seconds remain, as Lee mentioned. She makes both of them. We're back at the 3-point area again.
So Annette Allen will come back in. Annette has played in this game, averages 2 points, per contest has not scored yet, coming in a critical situation. Her only shot was off front iron. First free throw attempt of the game for Jackie Waldall. 11 points and a 2-point lead.
Too late, Coach.
Yep. Coach Bob Waldall gets his timeout call.
After the ball was already in Jackie's hands.
So he'll talk about what he wants to do after this free throw.
I guess when you've been here 3 times in the last 3 years, you stand up on the bench, you want a timeout, you get it.
That's right, we got the ball. We'll call it. Of course, a couple of things that Coach Waldall is giving his players, 2 different options, as is Coach Bob Reiser in the huddle, as you see right there. Of course, one, if it's made, do this. If it's missed, do this. If you're for Cando, you just hurry.
Yeah.
Cubs got to hurry. There's only 6 seconds left.
Like you made the mention before, after the free throws were made, and Waldall, Jackie had that costly foul. Now they for sure don't want to foul.
No way. Good crowd on hand at the Bismarck Civic Center in the opening round of the 1990 State B Girls Basketball Tournament. First game today won by Milner. Milner will await the winner of this game, Beach and Cando. So Jackie Waldall waiting for her second free throw. 5'9" senior. She's a candidate for Miss Basketball. It's a 3-point lead. 6 seconds left. Cubs need a 3-pointer. Johnson. Freund, 3 seconds. A long heave is almost in. Oh, the long half-court flush shot almost went in to tie the game. But Beach holds on to win it 51-48.
Unbelievable by Freund as she lofted that ball. They had problems getting the ball inbounds, and she had the right idea because at that point that was their only option, and it came just hard off the back of the iron. 51-48. The Beach Buccaneers, after trailing most of the ball game, put on one heck of a third quarter performance and hold on by 3 points in overtime.
Oh, but far and away the toughest game the Beach Buccaneers have faced so far this year, and Beach goes to 25-0. Cando's first loss of the year. Of course, the players and the coaches are heartbroken at this point. Tough loss for the Cando Cubs, who will come back tomorrow afternoon and play, but the Beach Buccaneers advance as their goal is to try to win back-to-back state championships, and we're just, I guess, very close to not having that goal continue.
Mayville, Portland, and Alexander get it going tonight at 6:30. Carrington and Gackle at 8:15.
So Beach wins it by a final. You see it there, 51-48 in one overtime period. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Let's make that your coverage of this state basketball tournament. The final score again, 51-48. So for John Hegre, I'm Lee Timmerman, and for the Meyer Television Network, KTHI, the High School Activities Association, and the North Dakota National Guard, we certainly hope you enjoyed this game as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you.
And we look forward to seeing you back in the States as soon as time warrants.